first things first, we take the SCBA bottle off the rig and lay it out flat like this. What we're looking for is that all of our straps are completely out. They can be cinched in, or they can be completely extended. We want them completely extended. Same with both sides. We want this to be cinched in or completely extended. We want it completely extended. We want to go ahead and make sure our clip works and that it's not gunked up with any fire debris or anything like that, and it does work well. Secondly, what we'll do then at this point, making sure our shoulder straps are all fully extended and not cinched up. And then we start on with our bottle. Our bottle at this point looks low. So what I'm going to do before I go ahead and fire it up is I'm going to replace this bottle. I have a spare one right next to me. Start off by unlatching it here. It doesn't go any further than that. And then this is a half turn, and you depress it down and the bottle pops out. Again, that's a half turn, depress it down and the bottle pops out. Take out the old one, put in the new one. As I'm putting in the new one, you'll see these all come with quick connects. This is just so we can pop it in and pop it off quickly, so we're not turning any dials for a strong connect. It's just a complete quick connect. Place it in, line it up, and it's just a push. Again, I'm going to do that one more time. Out, line it up, in. And then we go ahead and we cinch it back up, and our bottle is ready to go to start it up for our next. Okay, at this point I'm going to pressurize the system up. You're going to hear some bells and whistles go off as we pressurize the system. You want to open it all the way. And as the system's running through its check, you'll hear those noises go off, and we simply look over at our pass device here. What I'm going to go over at this point is I'm not going to touch any part of the component, and it will start triggering and activating. And all we simply do is we know it's working. All we can simply do is shake this and it goes away. Now another part of the check is the exclamation point in the middle. I'm going to depress that and that will activate it automatically. And the way to get that alarm off is we have to hold and press the two side buttons simultaneously, and that will stop it from alarming. Okay, that stopped it from alarming. And the only other thing I'm going to go through with the pass device is the button on the left turns the light on, and the button on the right just simply says, and if you hold it, the City of New Berlin Fire Department on it. Okay, now that we're done with our pass device, we're going to set that aside, and we're going to go ahead to our lung demand valve. A few things with our lung demand valve. First off is it's holstered right now. To unholster it, we simply press the gray button and it unholsters it, and we just push it in and it clicks back into place. Again, unholstered, holstered. What we're going to do at this point is I'm going to unholster it, and a few things we're going to check for. If your bottle's leaking, this is to simply, as you can hear, a lot of air comes out. When it's leaking like that, there's two options of what it is. It's going to be either a bypass valve, which is going to be turned. We simply depress it and turn it back to its original position, or we got to hit our valve up top. So again, when we depress our center button to activate the lung demand valve, there's two ways to stop it. It's either going to be the top button or a bypass valve. Okay. Now that we've checked out our LDV or lung demand valve, we're going to go ahead and shut down our bottle. And simply turning the opposite way until it's snug. You don't have to over tighten it or anything like that. And at this point, we go through our hoses and make sure we don't have any leaks in the system. So I'm going to look at our pass device and make sure we're not consistently losing any pressure. And if we are, we do have to take this bottle out of service. We look at all of our hoses. There's no cracks or frays. Put our ear up to the connecting area. I don't hear any leaks there. Sometimes you can have a faulty seal or an O-ring that we have to replace. And now we're just going to deplete the system, again by using our lung demand valve. Simply turn, or press in the lung demand valve, slowly. And what we did there is we simply will have a 0 reading on our pass device. Now we can simultaneously depress the 2 side buttons. That goes off. And we're ready to place our rig in service and ready for use. And before I place this in service, ready for me to use, there are adjustable heights. This is going to be at each of their own kind of a thing. For me, I'm a large. So what I'll simply do is on the back here, depress the 2 gray buttons, and you can slide this to whatever level you feel comfortable at. They're small, medium, large. I'm large, so I'll snap it into the large position, and now I'm ready to place this on the engine.
Okay, now that we've gone through the SCBA, we're going to show you how to properly don your gear for a fire call. You're going to go ahead and put on your hood first. The reason we put this on first is you'll see once Joe puts his bunker pants on here, his suspender straps will actually go over the hood and help hold it in place. So you see how that kind of overlaps there. So that's the proper order. Then he's going to put his coat on and actually pull the hood down around the collar of the coat. Now this whole process, putting his PPE bunker gear on, getting into the seat, and being seat belted ready to go should take about 1 minute and 20 seconds. So you can see he pulls that hood down and he'll actually roll it around the collar of the coat, and that way he's ready to go. Okay, once you have your gear on, you can actually hop up into the rig. The first step is to put your SCBA straps on and then get your seatbelt on. As soon as your seatbelt's on, the driver can begin driving. So he's got all of his SCBA straps on, tightened up, now the orange seatbelt, so that we can travel safely down the road. Once everybody has this on, the driver can pull out onto the pad and start going down the road to the call.
All set.
You verbalize from the back seat that you're seated and belted, or already the driver knows when you're ready to go down the road. While driving down the road, this provides adequate time to put on your face mask, your hood, gloves, helmet, and if it's a confirmed fire alarm, you're going to want to go on air prior to exiting the rig on scene. Not only does this save time on scene, but it will prevent your mask from fogging, especially in cold conditions. Once we arrive on the fire scene, if you're sitting behind the driver, this is the nozzle position. Your responsibility is to either grab the fire hose and begin deployment, or grab the fire extinguisher, whichever one is necessary for the job. Since Joel is on the driver's side, he's the nozzle man. He's going to go ahead and grab the appropriate extinguisher. Again, if this is a fire call, he'll go ahead and grab the crosslay. If you arrive on scene and you're sitting behind the officer instead of the driver, you are the tool position. The only difference for this position is instead of grabbing the crosslay or the fire extinguisher, you're going to grab the iron set or any other tools necessary for this specific job. As you can see, we have a flat-headed axe and Halligan married together. Now you're ready to assemble as a crew. Check each other's PPE over to make sure that the hood is in the proper position, everyone has gloves and their tools, and you're ready to start working.